Alright, I thought it's time for a mild tasting. No-Sparge mild. It's almost 2 months old. Came in at about 4.3% alcohol. I'm going to pour myself a big old imperial pint and we'll see how it tastes. Here's the Chip Walton-esque pan close-up brewing TV style. Alright, let's try to do some tasting of this. I've been looking up what the Dry Dock SS Minnow Mild is supposed to taste like, because that's what this is a clone of. There are not many reviews though, so I don't know if it's probably not bottled, but the one review that was kind of had some more details, I think, is somewhat applicable to this one. I'm not always a fan of the English ale yeast, but I did enjoy it in this beer. I think it was the London Ale 1968. Let me just double check. Yep, Y yeast, and I did like it in this one. And of course, it's English style, but generally I find they don't attenuate as much as I kind of like, and I'm not crazy about just some of the English aroma and flavor of it. But in this beer, I think it's totally appropriate, and it does actually help. It's going to be hard for you guys to tell, but it's not dark brown. There are some ruby and kind of light red highlights around the edges when you get it up to some light, but it came out 4.3%, 1048 to 1014. So there are some a little bit of residual sugars, which I think help. The alcohol is fine. It could be a little lower if you're really trying to do to style. I get a little bit of the English yeast aroma. I don't know the best descriptors of that, but if you are familiar with it, you know what it is. And then mostly it's also just about the grape malt flavor. There is a little bit of brown malt. There's about 3 ounces of brown, 3 ounces of chocolate, and then about 6 ounces of caramel 120. So all of those definitely give it the color and definitely give it the flavor. You know, the base malt, of course, is the Maris Otter. That's what I was really trying to get after with this No-Sparge experiment. I get a really nice malty flavor from this beer, and it's somewhat complex because of those small amounts of specialty grains. With the beer this kind of low in alcohol, you're going to get low gravity, you're going to get those contributions from those other grains. So let me just read a little bit of this. One of the reviews of the Dry Dock mild says, let's see, a little bit light roasted malt, little caramel, some milk chocolate. I don't know about, I guess if you're just kind of thinking general sweetness, I guess you could maybe see that. Yeah, I mean, they just say that the Dry Dock beer is a very nice beer, and this one turned out pretty well too. As far as the general descriptions of mild from BJCP, I thought it was somewhat applicable to this too. You might get flavors like malty, sweet, caramel, toffee, toast, nutty. I suppose there's some nuttiness in there. That's not a descriptor I usually can think of on my own, but that might be a little bit appropriate. Chocolate, coffee, roast, etc. So it does have a little bit of the brown malt, I think, is probably what's kind of giving it what I think of as a roasty character, even though it's not, you know, black patent or roasted barley. But now, as far as the No-Sparge goes, I'd have to make this beer again with the Sparge to really see the difference. I do have a second No-Sparge beer in the works, and that's a single malt beer, so I'll be able to kind of see if I really can get even more of a malt character just with the Maris Otter on that one. But I'm really happy with this. This one is probably my maybe third mild, and by far the best recipe I've ever made, the best mild I've ever made. I don't know if the No-Sparge gave it any better malt flavor than I would have gotten with the Sparge, but it certainly didn't hurt, and it does have a really nice malty character. People that have tried it have really enjoyed it. it's a real solid recipe. If you have an interest in a mild, either with or without a sparge, I would say give this recipe a try. You can either look at my brew log, or Northern Brewer has a Pro Series kit, or they also list the recipe for this one right now. So anyway, I'm calling this a success so far on the No-Sparge. I'll probably do a few more No-Sparges with different configurations, maybe some with more hoppy pale ale kind of beers, just to see what happens. But so far so good, and thanks for watching.